Hey everybody, Matt here with Take Roads Less Traveled, and today on the Chevy Avalanche we are going to be tackling an issue that is pretty common across the entire GMT800 lineup, and that is the shifter cable linkage bushing going bad, and then when you go to put it into drive or park, suddenly you ain't got nothing and the vehicle is just stuck where it is. So we're going to get underneath the truck, show you exactly how to fix this issue, and be good to go. So underneath the truck, on the driver's side of your transmission, right at the front, you have your drive shaft right here, your front drive shaft. This is your transmission pan, and you'll see right here, this is your shifter cable linkage. And then right next to it, you have this little piece of metal right here. This is the actual linkage that causes your transmission to go into your different gears when you select different gears. And that can move forward and backwards and everything. You can see right here, I've got a couple zip ties on here because guess what? My bushing went bad, and I'm driving along the road and suddenly that entire linkage just came right off. So give you guys a little bit of an idea of what that seems to look like when it happens. Let me just kind of snip that zip tie, and it should, there we go. Now I'm gonna take that other zip tie off too. Well, I'm gonna have to anyway, so might as well just snip her off while we're here. There we go. So now if I take that one out, all right, so you can see I had two zip ties to hold it on, but what happens is you go to shift and this linkage just pops right off, just like that, kind of rolls right off, and you can see in there that bushing is just deteriorated. And when that happens, when this happens, suddenly you can't shift anymore and you end up with a really bad day. But a couple zip ties fix it and it'll get you on your way until you can get a new bushing in. So let's look at the bushing itself. So this is the bushing kit that I have. I got it from bushingfix.com. This is for a Chevy Avalanche. Now, the reason I did this, I got it off of eBay. It was like $20 off of eBay. Normally they're $25, but you can click the make an offer. I offered them 20 bucks. They took it. Good to go. So the reason you want to actually order this one as compared to getting one from the auto parts store is because the one at the auto parts store is not the right one. It doesn't actually work the way it should. So we're going to go ahead and use this. So the black little bushing that you see in there, that is for a late 90s GM truck. Otherwise you use this green one. So with mine being in 2006, I'm going to use that green one. And then that orange thing is the installation tool, and I will show you guys exactly how that works. But first, let's get that old bushing out of there. So all we're gonna do is just kind of slip this off. I'm gonna let it hang down just a little bit. Now if I want a little more room, I can take it out of this bracket back here, but I think I've got enough here because I can just kind of rotate this down. I'm gonna use a little scribe tool. I'm just gonna take and pull that bushing out just like that. Now you can see it just fell apart right in my hands. I still have some up in here. I'm going to take that scribe, get the rest of that out of there. And now I want to take this and I want to make sure this is really, really clean, because there's different grooves in here and I want to make sure that there's no debris in there or anything like that. I want to make sure that all of that old bushing is gone. Doesn't take much. Now with that done, I can get my new bushing out as well as the installation tool. Now, according to the instructions, what you need to do is you need to put it in sideways. How that really works, I don't know, because I don't know how you're supposed to put it in sideways. It doesn't really compress that much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of get it in there to start. Maybe. Transmission is still a little hot from driving around earlier. There we go. And now I'm just going to take this little tool. I'm going to put it in there and kind of just shove this in, because the tapered end is supposed to stick out. How exactly, I don't know. It says it's supposed to. I'm going to try it their way. Can I get it to go in sideways? Oh, I can. Look at there. It actually went in. So now, see if I can get this to... Oh, there we go. Look at that. They do know what they're talking about. So if you actually do it the way they tell you to, it goes in pretty easily. Now I can just use this to line it up. That's amazing. They know what they're talking about. Now if I look at it, that actually looks pretty stinking good. There we go. Now I can just clip that right back on, and now she's not wanting to come off, which is exactly what you want. So when you read those instructions, they tell you you want to have, let me see if I can get you guys to see this here. Maybe. There we go. They tell you you need to have a little bit of that bushing sticking out, and you can see if I press on that bushing is sticking out just a little bit on there. So there you go. Very easy, actually. So now that that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to get back in the truck and we're going to cycle through, make sure that stays exactly where it should. So let's get that going. There you have it. Everything's good, everything's replaced, and now I can shift without any issues and back to driving like normal. So that's how you change out this shifter and linkage bushing on these GMT800s. Again, very easy. Once again, don't go to the auto parts store to get that bushing. Order it off of bushingfix.com. It'll make sure you have the right one. Make sure that you're not going to just waste your time and have a bushing that doesn't work, or that just simply lets that linkage fall right back off of the selector and you're back in the same scenario. Just do it right. Zip tie that onto your selector for a couple days while you wait for it to arrive. Once you do that, you're solid and you're good to go. So hopefully this helps you out, and I will see you on the roads less traveled.